All right, so here we are, family. It is December the 22nd. It's a master number, so it's always great to activate into the space. Tribe had an amazing time yesterday, and from so many different levels, we got a chance to see ourselves show up and center into who we are. We also want to keep the momentum going and continuously build this energy on this collective agreement that we've all come into, that we really want to see the universe come together. We want to see things go to a different stage. We want to see ourselves go into our superpowers. But we're learning more and more through experience to look for those changes within. Staring at the sky or staring at anything that's external to self may not produce the results that we're looking for. And I believe that it's time for us as the conscious community to get very mature in certain respects to how we're handling our energy. Because if there's a lot of fear, a lot of gloom, and less productivity, less activation in what we're doing, then this is going to prevent a lot of things that we need to be doing from happening in a timely manner. I believe that we all get to where we're going, but it's all about, are you going there at 3 miles an hour? And so for us to really reach top speed without, overloading the system, especially going into December the 21st, this is time for us to really start to do our own cleansing and enema into the community of removing things that no longer serve us, things that are really distracting us from the obvious of what we need to be doing. So in a nutshell, what I'm saying is that there was a lot of claims about what would happen yesterday in the sky and the earth falling and stars falling and all of this. And I believe that as a community, many spent a lot of time in focusing on that rather than dialing into themselves and into the energy that they would need to cause that event within. So this is just a word to the wise and those who are growing, as I'm always growing into the space. My brother Tim here, he's always growing. We've been on this mission for years, and just seeing the patterns and trusting self to reveal ultimately where we need to be. And that's really with connecting with each other and building from the ground up. Like if you can't see it, then you got to ask yourself, how much are others, especially in a not so fortunate position, able to also benefit from it? And this challenges us to get more active in building the adaptations and building the things that the community is actually going to be able to use. As you see, what we put together is we put together an amazing tribe, first and foremost, and then we built a platform to complement that tribe to allow them to connect in an organic way further. And we've also been able to branch into the financial, decentralized sovereignty aspects of things, addressing the elephant in the room. So these are the directions that we really want to go, and we want to remove a lot of chatter and a lot of things that are not serving that holistic, sound, mature, balanced way of approaching our existence. In this way, our children get the benefits of what we've learned and not the fears and the despair of the energy that we can often wreak from ourselves if we feel like that because we've been told by someone else that something's going to happen. So let's take this again to the 2012 event. We had the same scenario going on. We were put into this frequency that we expected the world to end. Of course, I explained to everyone that the lineup happens inside of you, and a world ends every time you go into another octave and frequency and you begin to live into that harmonic. So again, this is very important to see patterns and to realize that this space has been here for timeless. It's timeless. I can't even tell you billions of years. It's timeless. So to imagine on one day that it's going to be over with, that's that doesn't make sense based on my or math. So in this, instead of trying to retreat and flee from the space, let us create a place that we want to be and that we feel connected to enough, like we talked about our cosmic nationality, where we're not trying to run off and leave this, but we're here to actually do everything we need to do to put it back into harmony with ourselves. So I wanted to say wholeness and balanced vibrations to everyone. We're going to keep doing this. We're going to keep coming with more and more innovations and more heartfelt connections, and we're just going to keep working into that space. A beautiful metaphor for this was we walked through a path the other day that had, or yesterday, that had 3 different directions. And it felt like in that moment that each direction may produce a different result. And sometimes in life we get into those scenarios and we're like, do I go left or do I go right? Do I support my family or do I go on my own? Or, there's constant decisions that need to be made. And the big awareness that came in with that is understanding that the heart can move in all of those directions at the same time. And I'll say that again, the heart, if you look at its design, it pumps energy into all of these different ventricles at the same time. And so we can learn from the heart, work from the heart, and realize that when we begin to see things that way, that it's not about one specific direction, it's about permeating everything. And that truly what comes from our heart is the only thing that can work in all of those spaces, and then tap into that, adapt those type of ancient to futuristic technologies within, activate that remembrance within self, and keep going. And that's what it is. So I look forward to all of these builds that we're going to keep having in 2021 in the physical, bringing things from that celestial manifestation, the ascent on high, the crown, all the way down to Mount Kudu, all the way down to this kingdom and this actual foundation that we have to stand on and live in every day, and leading by example. And instead of predicting something, actually be more in the space of constantly manifesting what it is that we need, and getting with others to determine how we can build that, because we can really do anything. Those superpowers and all those things that everyone wants are things that members of the conscious community have already figured out ways to do. And so the lineup is within you at any point. So that's what I have to say.
I hope.
All
right.
Is that enough for them?
That's it right there, addressing the limiting programs that come in.
Yes.
Yeah, these dates, even just leveraging it, yesterday's alignment and being able to all join up underneath the stars.
Yes.
Or to sync up with everyone from all over the world. It was a necessary evil eye to get everyone's attention, to bring everyone together, to see so many all over, share their gifts. And yeah, that was amazing yesterday.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm telling you that one thing that we know for sure is on point though is
release album.
Yeah, for sure. The Secret Energy mixtape, and then also just realizing, how your energy is vibrating right now. And we've been talking about this for the last 3 weeks, is really a reflection of how things are going to be probably for a while. So you have this time and opportunity even now to, adjust that vibration and frequency. There's a lot of assistance from Tribe. This is in and outside of Sovereignty Mentorship. And we've also deployed Enealogy, which is another accoutrement, augmentation, if you may, just something to assist you. And that's how we have to see all these things, is that the universe put all this stuff here to do something with. There's millions of foods inside the jungle, medicines inside of the jungle. And, it's just being aware of those things and beginning to apply those things, so that's what I have to deliver, but nothing but love for all of us. It's great to be here also. I always said you can't lose with a massive activation and everyone going into a higher stage of awakening, but I do want to really make that a true potential and possibility of something that we can share and we can enjoy. And so that's what it is, Tribe. Wholeness.